If the economy is headed for a recession, as some economists fear, many Americans will be thrown right back into a world of economic uncertainty. Jared Bernstein, a member of the White House Economic Council of Advisors, admitted Sunday that inflation is unacceptably high, while also stressing that President Biden will not back down on climate change, spending initiatives, and does not see the country as headed toward a recession. Bernstein stressed that the budget deficit is down $1.7 trillion this year, representing a 77% decline. Republicans have noted that the United States is coming off enormous crisis-era spending to keep the economy afloat. Bernstein also pointed to what he described as the strength of the U.S. labor market, noting that 9 million jobs have been added to the economy since Biden took office. Now, several states and cities have created new stimulus bills that will provide their residents with additional financial aid throughout the crisis. The Colorado Governor, Jared Polis, signed Senate Bill 233, which will send taxpayers at least $500 by September. An individual filer is qualified to receive a minimum of $500, while joint filers are eligible to receive a minimum of $1,000. The new law is expected to refund up to 85% of excess state revenue collected last year. Governor Polis said, "We are helping Coloradans deal with inflation by getting people back their hard-earned money this summer. We are providing immediate relief for hardworking people in Colorado by sending rebate checks back quickly, because there's no reason the government should hold on to your hard-earned money any longer than it has to." The governor added that more than 3 million state residents will be in line to receive the money directly in the mail in August or September. The refund is only available for full-time residents who filed the 2021 tax returns by June 30th. Those who file after that date but by the extended deadline of October 17 will receive their payment in January. In New Mexico, it was reported that as many as 3 direct payments are on the way to help out-of-state residents. For the first round, taxpayers who filed individually are in line to receive $250, and those who filed jointly will get $500. The state started processing tax rebates last week, but this is just one round of economic relief payments. Some New Mexico residents will be able to claim 3 of these checks very soon. And last week, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer sent a letter to leaders in the legislature proposing a Michigan tax rebate plan right now, which includes a one-time direct payment of $500.
Smaller cryptocurrencies also got a bid as well. They're still down for the year and well off of those November high lows. The July bounce has been partially macro-related. Cryptocurrencies are still tracking tech stocks for the most part and really have been sensitive to things like rate hikes and inflation data, but the optimism around Ethereum is specific to that network. Ether is the cryptocurrency tied to the Ethereum network. Developers tend to use that blockchain network to build things like NFTs, for example, and it's in the process of what you can think of as pretty much a software upgrade. The whole thing and the way the whole thing is run, or validated as they call it, is going to change, and the way new crypto is created will become a little bit more energy efficient and therefore more environmentally friendly. The carbon footprint for crypto really has been a knock against cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in particular. The date for what people are calling the merge is now on track for September 19th, but that date had been pushed back multiple times, so there is still a little bit of skepticism. Either way, crypto investors are pouring into this trade ahead of that date. One big sign, the number of addresses, or essentially people who hold Ethereum, jumped to a 15-month high in July. There's also been a jump in spot volume.
The Simplify, the interest rate hedge ETF, and it provides a hedge against a big increase in long-term interest rates by holding interest rate options and treasuries and treasury inflation protected securities tips. This gets crazy complicated to explain this too as an effort to just sort of hedge inflation.
Yep. Well, yeah, again, here we are again, right, talking about another sophisticated product, but another tool investors can use. Yeah, I mean, look, TIP is a monster, but then there's these products like PFIX that have come along that are really trying to isolate this concept of providing an inflation hedge. And not surprisingly, in the first half, this was an incredible performer. It was at the top of the leaderboard. Obviously, you can see the chart. It has since cooled, right? But there are other products that are coming onto the market that issuers are trying to really gain, investor interest in, to be able to just provide these ways to play. Another great example is really like a direction product that just launched, BRKY, that is designed to provide exposure to commodities that you find at your breakfast table, right? Another way for investors to, try to play, this inflation trade. But again, I think the longer term play and what we're going to see more of is some interest in the fixed income ETFs, specifically in
The department developed the first national travel and tourism strategy in 2012 and updated it in 2019, before travel, tourism, and hospitality businesses and workers were just devastated by the impacts of the pandemic. As the pandemic worsened, I joined the chair and ranking member of the full Commerce Committee, as well as ranking member Scott, in asking Secretary Raimondo to update the national strategy to address the impacts of the pandemic and help the travel and tourism industry flourish once again. I continued to push for a new national strategy when Ranking Member Wicker and I, joined again by Ranking Member Scott and several other members of this subcommittee, introducing the Omnibus Travel and Tourism Act, which passed the full committee in December. Our tour bus, as we like to call it, would, among many other things, require the Department of Commerce to regularly update its travel and tourism strategy and present it to Congress. So I thank Secretary Raimondo and the Tourism Policy Council for heeding our call and for developing an ambitious strategy to enhance travel and tourism in the United States. This new strategy specifically aims to, 1, promote the United States as a premier travel destination, including broadening marketing efforts to encourage visitation to underserved and underrepresented communities. Number 2, to facilitate and safe and efficient travel to and within the United States and its territories. 3, to ensure diverse and accessible tourism experiences with a focus on showcasing the nation's federal lands and national parks and protecting them for future generations. And number 4, foster resilient and sustainable travel and tourism. Additionally, the strategy establishes an overarching goal by 2027 of increasing American jobs by attracting 90 million international visitors every year, who are estimated to spend about $279 billion annually. Tourism and international travel, well, they grow a country's national output of services. They increase our foreign currency earning. So they are a service export. This new strategy recognizes international travel as a top U.S. service export. When travelers from global markets visit U.S. destinations, they buy our goods and services, from staying in fabulous hotels on the Las Vegas Strip, eating at our amazing restaurants, attending conventions and trade shows like CES. They pay for tickets to see live entertainment. They rent cars, they ride tour buses, they spend times in cities and towns near our fantastic outdoor recreation spots, from Lake Tahoe to Great Basin National Park,